Good morning. Today's April 16th, 2019. I am Art Adams, and this is Exposing the Left. With Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All plan, you will never get a tax refund again. Senator Bernie Sanders revealed his Medicare for All plan in a town hall meeting in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania last night. During the meeting, Sanders stated that taxes would have to increase to pay for his plan. What he did not mention was how much they would increase. Health care, free tuition, family leave child care programs carry a price tag of over $20,000 per taxpayer per year. These programs are estimated to cost between $28 and $32 trillion over the next 10 years. The key word here is taxpayer. Nearly half Americans don't pay federal income tax, according to the Washington Post. 46.4% of U.S. households do not pay income tax. 60% of the households that don't pay income taxes are elderly or paying payroll taxes for Social Security and Medicare. Their tax liability is just too low to qualify for income tax. 22% of the non-payers are retirees, and about 7.9% of the households do not pay federal taxes at all, because they are either unemployed, on disability, students, or are very poor. This leaves 53.6% of the country to pay for these proposed plans. Some might say that this is fear, uncertainty, and despair. However, I challenge you to take what you paid in taxes this year, add $20,000 to your tax liability, and then recalculate your refund. Even if you broke even this year, under Sanders' plan, you would have still owed $20,000.
Bernie Sanders last night on Fox laying out his policy proposals, but how much would those plans actually cost? Maya McGinnis is the president of the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. She joins us now from Washington. Maya, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, you were watching Bernie last night in Bethlehem, and you heard him say, essentially, Medicare for all, not free.
Well, that is certainly true. None of the things that he has been talking about are free, and it does worry me when we put these in the context of free health care, free college tuition. It's really important that we put them in the broader budget context of how much would this cost, and do we think it's worth it? Because just to anchor the kind of conversation he's starting, we need to keep in mind that the national debt of the country right now is at near record levels. Right. And then we're talking about adding a lot of new spending on top of it. Medicare for All would be one of the biggest new programs people have ever introduced into the political debate.
All right, so let's look at some of the things he has proposed in the past regarding Medicare for All. Transition to a single payer run by the government over 4 years. No premiums or deductibles, minimal copays. The cost estimate is 28 to 32 trillion over 10 years. But Maya, your group looked at his 2016 plan, and you found out that only 45% was paid for. The rest, just a deficit, right?
Great, that's correct. So when he offered this last time around, we were incredibly concerned because of the huge gap between the very, very expensive price tag and the kind of pay-fors that he had put out there. This time around, he has actually increased the number of options. He doesn't have a plan to pay for Medicare for All yet, but he has introduced options, many of which include broad-based tax increases, a lot of tax increases on the wealthy, or getting rid of some tax breaks. Still, it's going to fall short, and the numbers aren't detailed enough to know, but my guess is we're still talking about a $10 trillion hole, even after the kinds of pay-fors they put there.
Maya, what about the cost per taxpayer? Have you guys done any calculation on that?
Yeah, we have looked at all of his plans, and we're talking about on an annual basis. If you look at health care, free tuition, family leave, child care, those proposals will all have a price tag of over $20,000 per taxpayer. So I don't know whether they plan to finance all of that or add that to the very large national debt, but the costs are certainly high. And I know trillions kind of hard to get your arms around, but when you bring it down to the per taxpayer, we're talking about more than a $20,000 increase in taxes.
Okay, well, there you go. After hearing Bernie last night, it's nice to get your point of view regarding this. Maya McGinnis, the president of the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, and wouldn't that be great? Maya, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You bet.
As always, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Drop us a like or comment on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to keep up with all of our new videos. Until next time, I am Art Adams, and this is Exposing the Left.